Hello! Today I'll be talking about Dustox, the first bug poison and poison-type Pokémon introduced in Gen 3. Dustox is a final evolution of Wurmple, who evolves into Cascoon, who evolves into Dustox at level 10. Its previous PYC dates are November 21st, 1996, September 12th, 1999, July 3rd, 2002, April 23rd, 2005, February 12th, 2008, December 3rd, 2010, September 23rd, 2013, July 14th, 2016, May 5th, 2019, and February 23rd, 2022. I most know Dustox as Jesse's Pokemon in the Gen 3 era of the anime. Anyway, let's get in the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Dustox, the poison moth Pokemon. His number is 0269. This is what it looks like. Its type is Bug Poison. Ability, Shield Dust, and Compound Eyes is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is a group bug. Hatch time 15 cycles. Height is 3 foot 11 or 1.2 meters. Weight is 69.7 pounds or 31.6 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 160 in Gen 3, 161 in Gen 4, 173 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EVO is 3 in special defense. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is green. Base friendship is 70. Dustox is a dual type bug poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 3. It evolved from Cascoon starting at level 10. It is one of Wurmple's final forms, the other being Beautifly. Biology, Dustox is a moth-like Pokemon with 2 pairs of wings. It has a purple egg-shaped body with a jagged fringe on its rear. Its tattered green wings are wide and flat, forming a disc shape around its body. They have red markings in the form of rings and streaks, a darker green line around the edges, and contain toxic dust. This Pokemon has 2 pairs of red, stubby legs and yellow stylized compound eyes. There is a pair of fuzzy yellow antennae on top of Dustox's head, which are smaller on the female. These antennae are used to seek food. Dustox is nocturnal and is instinctively drawn to light. Swarms are attracted by the bright light of cities, where they wreak havoc by devouring the leaves off roadside trees. When attacked, Dustox unleashes toxic scales from its wings. These toxins are powerful enough to make even a pro wrestler sick. As a result, people often have a difficult time driving Dustox swarms away from settlements. It lives in forests, fields, and mountains. Evolution, Dustox evolved from Cascoon and is the final form of Wurmple. So, Wurmple, Cascoon, Dustox. Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 3 Ruby, Dustox is instinctively drawn to light. Swarms of this Pokemon are attracted by the bright lights of cities, where they wreak havoc by stripping the leaves off roadside trees for food. Sapphire, when Dustox flaps its wings, a fine dust is scattered all over. This dust is actually a powerful poison that will even make a pro wrestler sick. This Pokemon searches for food using its antennae, like radar. Emerald, it is a nocturnal Pokemon that flies from fields and mountains to the attraction of streetlights at night. It looses highly toxic powder from its wings. Oh, that word. Some of you who might be familiar with the fact that I hate the word looses like that. Yeah, no, it's terribly outdated usage. It's a word that's not really used in that way anymore. Fire red and leaf green. It scatters horribly toxic dust when it senses danger. They tend to gather in the glow of street lamps at night. In Gen 4, Diamond, a nocturnal Pokemon drawn by streetlights. They mostly eat the leaves of trees lining boulevards. Pearl, it violently flutters its wings to scatter toxic dust when attacked. It becomes active after sunset. Platinum, toxic powder is scattered with each flap. At night it is known to strip leaves off trees lining boulevards. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It scatters its fine dust all over when it is attacked. It is a nocturnal Pokemon. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is the Diamond entry, and Y is the Pearl entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, basically Ruby and Sapphire, but Dustox and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond is very similar to Diamonds, but slightly different, so I'll read it. Dustox are nocturnal Pokemon. Drawn by streetlights, they mostly eat the leaves of trees lining boulevards. Shining Pearl is its Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus tends to be drawn to bonfires on dark nights. Difficult to chase away from settlements because of the way it scatters highly toxic scales. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. You get the Shed Shell 5% of the time. In Legends Arceus, Normal. Dazzling Honey 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn 15% of the time. Good ends by level. Alpha, EXP Candy M 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 20% of the time, grid ends by level. Stats, base stats, HP 60, attack 50, defense 70, special attack 50, special defense 90, and speed 65, for a total of 385. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, ground, ghost, steel, water, electric, ice, dragon, and dark. Weak to flying, rock, fire, and psychic for double, immune to nothing. Resistant to fighting, poison, bug, grass, and fairy, all for half except for fighting and grass, which are for a fourth. Learn set by leveling up in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. We'll start with this Evo here and then go down. Upon evolution, it gets Gust, 12 Confusion, 15 Poison Powder, 17 Moonlight, 20 Venoshock, 22 Psybeam, 25 Leech Life, 27 Light Screen, 30 Whirlwind, 32 Toxic, 35 Bug Buzz, 37 Protect, and 40 Quiver Dance. In Legends Arceus, we'll do this upon evolution here and then go down to 11. So upon evolution, it gets Confusion, and it masters it at level 15. At 11, it gets Poison Powder, and masters it at 20. It learns Silver Wind at level 18, and masters it at level 28. 25, it gets Venoshock, and masters it at 35. At 34, it gets Extrasensory, and masters it at 45. 43, it gets Bug Buzz, and masters it at 54. By TM, because it's a different typing than its pre-evolutions, we'll read all of these. 6 Toxic, 11 Sunny Day, 15 Hyper Beam, 16 Light Screen, 17 Protect, 19 Giga Drain, 22 Solar Beam, 29 Psychic, 30 Shadow Ball, 32 Double Team, 36 Sludge Bomb, 40 Aerial Ace, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 46 Thief, 51 Roost, 53 Energy Ball, 58 Endure, 62 Bug Buzz, 68 Giga Impact, 70 Flash, 82 Sleep Talk, 87 Swagger, 89 U-Turn, 90 Substitute, and 97 Devog. My breeding is nothing, my tutoring is nothing in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. In Legends Arceus, you get Aerial Ace, Energy Ball, Giga Impact, Hyper Beam, Ominous Wind, Psychic, Rest, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, and Swift. Nothing by Prior Evolution. Anime series only moves. Get Stun Spore, it's a grass type move in the episode Jimbalier. TCG only moves, Safeguard on this card, Stun Spore on this card. Side game data, yeah. Evolution data, Wurmple, level 7 Cascoon, level 10 Dustox. Sprites here, so... Okay, so the eyes start off green. Oh, interesting. More or less the same though, yeah. I'll got all the basics. Oh, this is red. That's interesting, the little back part. It's now purple. This is kind of an orange for the shiny, and kind of brown, and yeah, orange and brown stuff. Yep. These are now the darker red. These are black for the eyes. Yep. More slightly different colors. This is now purple, the back part. Full back sprite. Well, we kind of get the full back sprite in Gen 4, don't we? Oh yeah, because you have to, because to be able to show the gender differences. Well, you can't really, you can't really tell the gender differences. I'm sure it'll be much more obvious in the models. But this one's longer, that one's shorter. Then we get the full. Then we get this kind of full back sprite, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that it's not. I mean, it's a lot thinner, as you can see, a lot less stretched out. Yep. A little bit more obvious, I think, to see the gender differences. Not so much in the front sprite, but the back sprite. The models. Okay, maybe it's not that obvious. Because they're pointed downwards in this image. But yeah, that's what it looks like in the model. It's pretty good. Say it's a lot darker brown now for this. Like it's, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess it kind of becomes a little bit darker, doesn't it? Gen 5. These, not much changes. Now it's a little bit more out, you can kind of see it. Now that they're kind of like that, yeah. This is thinner and smaller. Yep. And Legends Arceus, you got these. Pretty good. Very interesting, higher quality models, of course. First generation, you got these, yep. In animation, Dustox in Pokemon Horizons, the series. It's fun. With a Noctowl and a Pelipper. Jesse's Dustox is the big one. Got Shiny Dustox in Pokemon the series, Diamond and Pearl. Okay. Pokedex entry is an advanced generation, episode 28. In Ash's Pokedex, Dustox, the toxic moth Pokemon. Dustox is the evolved form of Cascoon and is drawn toward bright light. When flapping its wings, it will scatter a poison dust. Pokemon Generations, Dustox in Pokemon Generations. We've seen this. It's right there. We've seen this picture in the Fujiana and the Beautiful video. They're all running from like a storm or something. In the manga, Dustox in Pokemon Adventures. Pokédex entries, Pokemon Adventures, Chapter 184. When it flaps its wings, it releases a deadly dust that can put even pro wrestlers to sleep. This Pokemon uses its antennae to search for food. This is Cheonghee's translation. When Dustox flaps its wings, a fine dust is scattered all over. This dust is actually a powerful poison that will even make a pro wrestler sick. This Pokemon searches for food using its antennae like radar. This is the Viz Media version. I got that in the TCG. Trivia. This first point we read in the Venomoth video, and the second point we basically read in the Beautifly video. The main difference is that it's Politoed instead of Poliwrath. Origin. Dustox seems to be based on the Japanese Luna Moth, or Japanese Moon Moth, due to its green wings, nocturnal habits, and ability to learn moonlight. Its poison type may be based on butterflies and moths that retain toxic chemicals in their bodies from the plants they consume as larvae. Its shiny colors resemble the Japanese silk moth. Name origin, Dustox, may be a combination of dust, likely referring to the dusty residue left behind by moths, and toxic. Dokukale may be a combination of doku, poison, or dokuga, poisonous moth, and scale. Now the languages, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Dustox first seen in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 302, Seeing is Believing. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, traveling companions Brock, Max, and May, as well as Professor Birch here and Ash's Pikachu. And there are various other Pokemon. We're fighting against Team Rocket, the main team of which consists of Jessie, James, and they're talking Meowth. In the battle, Jessie used her Cascoon, whom she, for whatever reason, believes is a Silcoon, and now the Cascoon is evolving into a Dustox.
Silcoon is evolving!
Oh, it's happening!
Jessie,
my cute little
Meow,
Silcoon is finally
James.
gonna become a Beautifly!
The moment of truth, and I can't bear to look.
If I close my eyes, maybe it'll go away.
This is so
We're dealing with
exciting!
that all level.
In just a moment, I'll have a Beautifly! That's it, my cutie! You're nearly there!
You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
I guess that's, Dustox's first thing in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have one Dustox card. It's the third Dustox card design. It was illustrated by Kugi Sato. I love the perspective of Dustox. I also like that it's clear they're flying. It has 120 HP. It's 3'11" and 169.7 pounds. It has two moves, Stun Spore and Toxic Dust. Since I've already explained how Stun Spore works in the video games, I'll just explain how it works on this card. It costs 1 Grass Energy and 1 of any energy. It hits for 30 damage. Upon a successful coin flip, the opponent Pokemon is now paralyzed. Toxic Dust isn't a move in the video games. On this card, it costs 2 Grass Energies and 2 of any energies, and hits for 50 damage. The opponent Pokemon is now poisoned, and takes double damage each turn until cured or it faints. It's weak to fire for plus 30 damage. It's resistant to nothing, which is odd since it could have been resistant to fighting or grass. As it's resistant to fighting, poison, often considered grass in the TCG, bug, often considered grass in the TCG, and grass in the video games. It costs 2 of any energy for Dustox to retreat. In the bottom right corner, there's the Diamond and Pearl expansion symbol. Its description reads, a nocturnal Pokemon, drawn by streetlights, they messily eat the leaves of trees lining boulevards. This is the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Diamond and X. It's level 34. I don't have a card for Lotad, so the next Pokemon where the card I'll be talking about is Seedot. Now let's see why people love Dustox. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. So this is the first time we're doing this in Gen 3. So what I do for this is I read the question, and then I just read the person's name and their response. So the question is, what do you love about Dustox? And so number 1 Drizzile fan has responded, thank you. Honestly, I used one in a Roblox Pokemon game. Thank you for responding. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Know where to send fan art, so let's start by looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Dustox. So these first 2 images don't contain a Dustox, so we'll start with this third one. So this is Evolution of Friendship by Cosmic Sprinkles. So we did this one before, I think in the Wurmple video, but we can do it again. So we're going to start down here, where there's 2 Wurmples. Then there's a Silcoon and a Cascoon kind of merged together. And then you got the Beautifly and the Dustox. You're very well done. Dustox used Silverwind by Shade of Shinon. Got this more realistic Dustox here. It's very well done piece of art. Then you've got Dustox redesign by Lockstock Creation. So, more cutesy design, I guess. Rather than scary, easy sketch. I don't know what that means. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. This doesn't contain a Dustox, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 7 p.m. CDT, Central Daylight Time, where I'll be trying to get these Pokemon. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Lotad. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.